Want to know the key to success? It's very simple. When life knocks you down, you get back up. Success isn't a matter of never getting knocked down, never getting a setback. To the contrary, very often the success of the future is the result of a setback. It's the result of a mistake that has to be corrected. There's different ways to looking at it, but the only people who fail for sure are those who never get up again. Because let's be blunt, life is unfair. And when you can wrap your mind around that concept, instead of being frightening and cynical, it becomes liberating. Life is unfair, and it's unfair for everybody. Maybe we should be glad it's unfair. You know, some of us have done things that if we really got what it looks like we deserve, that wouldn't be so good. It definitely wouldn't. But again, life can set you back, it can knock you down, it can make you feel so low. So low you feel that if you were wearing a top hat, you could still walk under a closed door. You know, and you have to steel yourself. Shake off the hurt, get up, and try, no matter how far down life knocks you. I had a reminder today of how far life can knock you down and what happens when you don't get up. The fella I knew since I'm 5 years old. I went to school with this guy. He, somewhere in the 70s, he gave up. He stopped getting up. And it was only a matter of years before he was more like a park bum than anything else. I remember going to work one morning, and I was working in a rehab. I was a substance abuse counselor. But it was about a 1.5 mile walk I like to take on a nice day. And it's about 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. It's summertime, so that it was daylight out. And I'm passing the one corner by the park of all places, and sitting on the wall around the park, while laying there, kind of in a daze, there he was. And he's waiting for the gin mill across the street to open. That's his morning. And I remember I looked to him, I says, "You want to come with me?" Because I'd get him into the rehab, and he knew what I was about, but he says, "No." I says, "Well, you know, the invitation's always open." And he never took it. And I'm reminded of him because I was looking someone else up on the internet, and his name come up. And I had seen a year ago, they had done an article about he was living in this little clapboard shanty. There were a bunch of them on the side of a hill down by the Hoboken Viaduct, in fact, who had been living in these little shanty houses. And here's a guy in his late 50s living like that. And then I go to find out that they had to have the fire department rescue him because he had somehow gotten injured on the hill, and they had to go down there and bring him up. That's a sad thing. But it's a reminder of what happens when people give up on life and just don't even try anymore. And just like all the king's horses and all the king's men can't put Humpty Dumpty together again, back in the day, all this guy's friends couldn't get through to him that it doesn't have to be this way. But another object lesson he's become of what happens when people get down and stay down. Life can knock you down, and sometimes the climb up is pretty steep. Sometimes by the time you get up to the top and you're back again, you're still not starting off as well as when life took you down. You have to face that prospect and accept the fact that bad things can happen. But if you happen, you can surmount this. Don't let the bad things keep you down. I often say, there are people who cry about what they lost. They cry about what they don't have yet. They think they should have. And they should instead be focusing on what they have. because that's what will get you out of a bind. And if you're grateful for what you have, no matter how little, if you appreciate what you have, you're going to use it and it's going to work for you. But if you're too busy crying about what you lost or what you don't have yet, you get nowhere. You lose perspective, you lose sight of what you do have, that can work for you. And keep in mind, the things that you lost, they're just a memory. They don't exist. They're not there for you anymore, they're gone. Forget about it. The things you don't have, they don't exist. They're not there for you. Maybe they'll never be there. Maybe they will, but they don't exist. What exists is what you have. So when you pick yourself up, you start with whatever you have. It's a tough climb sometimes. I mean, when life hit me, it really dropped the hammer on me. It knocked me down so far, so low, I just had never anticipated it to get like that. But what I did was I said, let's not get lazy, let's not get comfortable here. I'm going to move up instead of staying down. And that's all you got to do. When life knocks you down, get up again. The lessons you learn from being knocked down might be the lessons you need so that the next time you're going to be a success, and the life can't knock you down. But it's all a matter of just keep getting up. I often speak of the Daruma doll, that little paper mache, egg-shaped Japanese doll with a weight in the bottom and a picture of a man painted on it, and they roll it, and they say, fall down 7 times, get up 8. But the lesson is obvious. And again, the people who succeed don't have a seamless track to their success. You'll see there are many setbacks and pitfalls, and many times it looks like they were almost knocked out of the box entirely. So put it in your mind, put it in your heart. When you fall down, pick yourself up, no matter how low, no matter how bad things get. And it may be cold comfort, but look at it this way. For those who fail to do that, laying around a park, being picked up by the firemen off the side of a hill, living in a little shanty in the middle of nowhere. And that's just from quitting and giving up on life. Never give up. Never give up. It's okay when you hit to feel bad. That's a natural feeling, but shake it off. As soon as you can, shake it off and start planning for your move back up. Real success. That's all it takes. Persistence and the willing to pick yourself up again. This is Uncle Thor. Have a good one.